Again, seated tall and straight, close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything you need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to bring divine attention to the self. Imagine becoming one with all beings. Beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses, be nourished through our bodies. Let's begin the practice. Let's come to standing. I'll first recite the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, you can chant along. If you don't, just think of the intention of purifying the nadis as well, the psychic receptors that run all throughout the body. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sava Vashtangato Hiva Yaha Smarit Pantrikaksham Savaya Vihantrahaschihi. May we remain pure in our intentions, in our hearts, and our minds. Everything done in the intention of offering up everything to the highest self, and therefore to all beings. Now release the arms. We'll begin with a warm-up. We'll start to watch the body moving from here on, and imagine you're the witness. Move the head in circles. Try to move in a way that is graceful, that keeps the witness never agitated, always calm, never distracting with fast or jerky movements. Change directions of rotation. Now take the arms out in front, the palms facing one another. Circle the arms in opposite directions. And then switch directions. And release. From here, we're going to hold the opposite elbows over the head, pull the elbows up, bend to the left. Stretch the side body as much as you can without wrinkling the left side of the body. Coming back up, go to the other side. Coming back up, go to the left again. And up, go to the right. And coming back here. So we're going to take the arms over the head, roll the body down on the exhale. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Just allow your body to stay hanging down here. And then roll your way back up. Next one is called lion's breath. So we're just going to come into a squat vigorously. And at the same time as you come down, allow your tongue to hang out and your eyes to cross. So making like a fierce lion face. Let's go ahead 8 times. And coming back up. Now from here, we're going to just swing the body from side to side. Allow the arms to hit the body any which way. And then just start to move faster. And then really shake it up. So wiggle your body around side to side. And then start to slow it down. Again, feeling the arms as though they were weighted and heavy. And then come back to stand still. Shake out the wrists, fling the hands side to side very rapidly, like you're trying to shake water from your fingers to dry them. Up and down. Good. Now we're going to bring the arms up over the head. Turn the palms, interlace the fingers and turn the palms up. Inhale, rise up off the heels. And then come back down. Inhale, look back up and down. All the way up again, and down, up, feel the navel hollowing, and down. One more time. Lift up, and down. Release. So now we're going to come to the top of our mat, starting on the start. This is a very good sequence for warming up the whole body. Bring the hands in front of the heart center, close the eyes. Remember to come back with the intention of offering everything up to the Supreme Self. Imagine all the benefits you feel are being transmitted to all beings everywhere. Just try to move with me and imagine moving with all yogis to deliver it to with the same intention. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back, come down, hands to the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your hands down to the ground. Step the right foot back, lower the knee down, drop the seat, and look up. Come into high plank, lower down the knees, bring the seat behind the heels, and then glide forward. Push the elbows out to the side a little bit more. Brush your nose to the ground, coming up into cobra. All the way back, seat behind the heels, and again, glide forward on the chest. Come up, pull the body back. Last time, drag the body forward between your arms. Roll over the toes back into downward facing dog. Allow the heart to melt between your shoulder blades. Then bring the gaze forward, the right foot steps to the hands. If that was difficult, lower the knee down first. Foot doesn't make it all the way, just bring it forward with the right foot. Right hand. Left foot comes to meet the right, chest to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Come back, hands to the heart. Reach up again, stretch the front of the body, go down. Don't worry about the breath, move the body in a way that allows the breath to stay steady and even. Left foot back, chest open. Come into high plank, knees down right away, the seat behind the heels. Again, glide between the arms. Use the motion of the hands, pulling as though you're trying to pull the floor towards you to propel the body forward. Come all the way back one last time. Glide forward. Bring your chest up, the head back, and then come back into downward facing dog once again. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Step down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest to the thighs. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Pranavasana. And reach up again. Go down. Just doing the normal sun salutation now. Right foot back. Lower the seat. Come into high plank. Knees, chest, and chin down. Glide between the arms. Coming up into cobra. Neck long. Back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps to the hands. Left foot joins. Press the body against the legs. Bow humbly. Come all the way up, standing salute. Hands back to the heart. Up again. Go down. Lose yourself in the sensations. Left foot back. Practice in a way that feels good. Never going to a place of pain. This is not what you want to offer up anybody. Offer the best experience that you can. Cobra. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Right foot joins. Come up. And back home. A different variation, adding on, reach up and back. Go down. Bend your knees, you can bring your chest onto your thighs, interlace the fingers behind the back. And then from here, extend the top of the head forward, exhale. Pull the body in. Try to push the body against the legs. Pulse a little. Try to get your hands closer to the ground, behind the head. If you can rest your forehead against the shins if your legs are straight. Keep your chest with your thighs. Then place your hands down to the ground. From here, the right foot back. Lower the knee down. Raise the arms up. Join the hands together, Kali Mudra. And then bring the hands back down. Step into high plank. Lower down knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Glide forth. All the way back. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left knee down. Kapiyasana again. Arms up. Arms beside the ears. Arms to the back a little bit. Bring the hands down. Step the left foot in to meet the right foot. Again, chest to your thighs, extend head forward, and then press the body against the legs, go deeper, forehead towards the shins, seat up. And then bring the hands back down on the back, bring them up over the head, and go back a little bit if you feel comfortable, hands back to the heart. Now on the other side now, reach the arms up and back, go down, practice according to your condition again. Left foot back, lower the knee, Kapiyasana, arms up, arch the back, bring the arms back behind the head, if you can, and then bring the hands down, step back into high plank, lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara, into Bhujangasana, Cobra, Adho Mukha Savasana, left foot steps, right knee down, arms up, arms back, chest up. And bring hands back down to the ground. Step the feet back together. Chest to the thighs. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Extend forward to the top of the head. Exhale. Pull the body in deeper towards the legs. And then hands back down onto the back. Swing the arms forward and over the head. Hands back to the heart. Yet another variation still. Arch back if you feel comfortable. Arms over the head. Stretch the front of the body. And then come down. Hands to the ground. Now shift your weight forward, more into the front of the hands, the base of the fingers and the fingers, and then if you can, just hop back in, landing about an inch off the ground. If you're not comfortable, just walk back and lay your belly on the ground. From here, if you're hovering, come into upward facing dog. The thighs and knees are up off the ground, make like a howling wolf. Or keep your hips and your lower body on the ground, cobra. Modify as you need to, including lowering your forearms on the ground if it's too much still to do a full back flat. Come into cobra. And back into downward facing dog. From here, take a moment in this pose. Try to get your back to get a little bit more supple and soft. Melt the area behind the heart. Try to get the top of the head to come below the shoulders. If you can rest your head on the ground, bring the belly towards the thighs, and the armpits close to the ground as well. Flatten up the arms. And from here, lift the heels up between your hands. You can either drop your feet to the hands, landing lightly, or walk your feet forward. Chest your thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms above the head again. Stretch the front of the body. And go down. Gain weight to jump back or walk back with the head, shoulders a little bit more with the fingertips. Lift up and then bend your elbows as you jump back. Or walk back into upward facing dog again. Chest open. Keep it wide. Thighs and knees away from the ground. Or modification as you see fit. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Stretch a little bit more like a dog stretching its back. Exhale. Surrender to softness in every sense of the word. Allow the heart to melt. And then lift up the heels, look between your hands. Either spring forward or walk your feet forward to the hands. Chest and the thighs again, head down. Come up. Hands back to the heart. Stay for a moment. Staying on to the moon jaw with your hands in front of the heart. From the heart space, breathe out to the space between your eyebrows. We call it Trikuti. Exhale back down to the heart. Establish yourself in your own divinity, in the highest self. Release the arms. We'll continue with our flow now. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back, and go down. Stay a moment in this pose, bend your knees, take hold of the elbows behind the knees, and then push your body against the legs. And see if you can bring your elbows further down, pulling on the elbows until they come close to the ground. If you're very flexible, you try to bring your forehead to the shin. Imagine the top of the head touching, resting on top of the feet. Bend your knees if you need to keep your chest, your body with your thighs. Place your hands down, right foot back, lower the knee down. Inhale, rise up, uncurl the toes, flatten them out, hands in front knee. Inhale, pull the body up out of the hips. Exhale, lean away from the leg. So lean back, push into your thigh. And as you lean, get longer. Imagine trying to pull the body up out of the hips a little bit more. Curl the tail under, keep the lower back free of wrinkles. Keep lifting the rib basket up away from the hips. One foot further. Bring the arms overhead, Kapiyasana. Index fingers form a point. Beat your shape of crescent moon, make the body look like the crescent moon. Some of us might come a little bit higher, that's okay, just go according to your condition. Other progressions if you like, go ahead if you know them. If you like, you can bring your fingertips down to the ground beside your hips. If your hips are low, your hands will come right to the ground. Bend the back knee, bring the foot up. You tip your head back, perhaps the foot will find the head eventually. And if you want, you can take your arms up over the head. Everything's an option, just try your best, visualize yourself in a pose that you think you can attain, and give it a try. Now release. Bring the foot down, hands to the front knee, pull yourself back up. Change sides. Right foot in front, back knee down. Again, set up for this set up by bringing your hips all the way forward, close to the ground. Hands to the front knee. Inhale, raise the body up, bring the belly button forward, the chest up, the head back. Try to get that sensation of lengthening the area in the lower back. Keep raising the rib basket up. Bring the arms together, Kali Mudra, index fingers point, forming a point. Imagine feel as though you're trying to lie on your back. Arms straight. Good. And from here, you can bring your fingertips down to the ground, right beside your hips. Bend the back knee, point the toe, bring the head back, and the foot might find the head. If you have the balance, keep your seat low, you can bring your arms up. Everything an expression of divine offering. Break the pose, bring the foot down. If you had that up, same, change sides. Bring the knees back together and bring the left foot forward. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Raise the right arm up. Now take your hand to the outside of the knee, lean back a little bit and see if you can press the fingertips against the inside of the heel. Inhale, push the chest up. Exhale, turn. Feel more of a twist, really press against the knee and the foot and keep on rotating your chest sideways. Left shoulder moves back towards the back left corner when you're looking right to the end of the mat. Now you can stay here if you like or go into the next progression. Right arm comes up again, turning the chest forward, and then bring your arm right down. So the armpit is right against the thigh. Left hip moves back. Either hands in Anjali Mudra or left hand presses into the right hand. Left hand's a fist. And bring the body up higher so the chest, semi-chest comes to the thumbs, and roll the left shoulder all the way back. If you're deep in your twist, your armpit is right close to the ground, your knee is a little bit lower than me. You might be able to take your left arm all the way around the back and bind your hands underneath the leg, the left leg. So the bind of the hands is against the belly. If you want to go further, you can try to lift the back knee up. Now tug on the arm a little bit. If your hands are in a finger lock, you can also switch your right hand to hold the left wrist. Move it up towards the elbow and keep on turning the chest up. Break the pose. Right knee back down. Release, switch sides. Right foot forward, left knee down. Bend the toes under, this helps with balance. Left arm up, left hand to the outside of the right knee, lean back, take hold of the hand to the fingertips to the inside of the right heel, left heel. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Make sure your shoulders don't slouch forward, bring the shoulders back, stay tall. Lift up the chest. Stay here if you like, or move into Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, left arm up. Again, rotate. Do it this way, maybe you can see a little bit better. So, my left armpit's right against the thigh, right hand pressing into your left hand, or hands to get an Anjali Mudra. Press the chest forward towards the thumbs and roll the right shoulder all the way back so the chest is up. Eventually the shoulders might get to the same height. If you want to take a bind, the right arm comes all the way around the body, back. Elbow is underneath, so you can see if you move your hip back, so you can slide your hand through and then bind your hands. Either fingers locked together or left hand takes the right wrist. Tug on the arm a little bit more to get more rotation. And then if you like, lift the back knee up off the ground. Press through the left heel. Break the pose. Left knee down. From here, we're going to change sides again. Left foot forward, right foot back. Lizard. If the hands come to the inside of the foot, the left foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Keep the shoulder with the knee. Sometimes the knee pops out. It's probably because the foot's too close. So move the foot out a little bit more so the knee and the foot can stay in the same line. Push forward and back. A few times. Try to get your hips lower. And then push back one more time for the right heel. Right knee down. Toes flat. Roll to the right, get the right forearm down on the ground, roll back to the left, bring the left forearm down. If that was too much, you stay on your hands. And then see if you can lie your chest on the ground. Eventually, if you're more flexible, your knee will come higher than the body. Fix the gaze steadily. Now, get ready to come out of the pose, trying something different this time. Come back on the hands, bend the toes under, lift the back knee. And then see if you can move your left shoulder in behind the knee. Okay, so just push with the back and then into the back knee to the left shoulder. And then turn towards the right foot flattens. And then see if you can come up so you can allow your left leg to sit on the top of the arm. And if you can, you keep pushing to the knee, trying to extend the leg forward. And then if you can, you raise your right arm up. If you're more advanced, you take the edge of the foot and you pull it out. Visvamitrasana. If this is an option, if it's too much, you just stay where you can. Your shoulder stays in behind your knee, you just keep working this pose to get that strong connection. Okay. Now to exit, place your right hand down, shift forward, bring the body low, and you can either just drop your foot down and come back into table, or if you have your balance, just keep the back knee up, swing the leg all the way around to plank. And then we change sides, the right foot forward. Let's do it facing this way now. Move back and forth, trying to get your hips to come down. Those hips are low, press back to the left heel, lower the knee. Roll to the left, so you can get your left forearm down, roll to the right forearm down, or modify as you need to, stay up higher. And then try to take on the stillness of a lizard. Keep your gaze steady, like a lizard that doesn't blink. If you can, bring your chest right on the ground. Try to embody all the characteristics of the being that you're representing. Eventually you find the ease in the pose because you've connected with your consciousness, with all their traits. Embrace them fully. And now coming back onto your hands, lift the back knee up, flatten up, and then from here, take the right shoulder in behind the knee. Okay, just push into the back knee of the front of the shoulder. Go back and forth a few times. Keep your hips, your body low. And then from here, flatten out the back foot. You have to still stay low. And bring your weight onto the right hand so that you can eventually bring the right foot up. So you're hugging the back of the shoulder to the knee. And here you extend the leg. Take your arm up, or if you can, you keep the foot bent so you can take hold of the foot, and then you pull it. You have to keep pushing with the back of the shoulder. Bring the left hand down, hips and shoulders forward. From here, you can either lower the knee, bring the knees back together, or swing your leg around. From here, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Side plank from here. Move the left hand more towards the right. Spin on the feet. Face the long edge of the mat. Keep your hips high. Want to do, if you need to modify, you can bring your left shin down on the ground, or you can bring your forearm down on the ground with two wrists. Okay, so these are modifications. Go to the other side. So if you're on low down, you switch sides. Or if you can, come to the full pose. The hand is a little bit in front of the shoulder. Make sure you don't collapse into your shoulder. Keep the arms strong and straight. Your neck extending out of the shoulders. And bring the left foot in front if you need to. Press the hips forward. And back down. One more round. This time, perhaps other variations. Left hand more towards the middle of the mat. Turn to the long right edge of the mat again. If you want to go further, slide your right foot back, push into your toes, turn your hips and chest up. Again, hand is behind the shoulder, in front of the shoulder a little bit. It's like the shape of an Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. If you have good, strong left foot is flat on the ground, and you're pushing into your hand and foot, you might be able to take your right knee up, hold the knee, hold the shin, and you might have the reach to take hold of the foot. Keep your hips high. Break the pose. Same way as you entered. Back into downward facing dog. Go to the other side. Right hand moves to the center of the mat, in front of the nose, and then come into side plank. Be mindful of the shoulder, don't collapse into it. Bend the knee, bring the toes back, push into the roots of the toes. You either stay here, hips high, or if you're strong on that left, right hand and right foot, the foot should be flat on the ground. You can take your other variations more easily. Okay. Back down into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now from here, lower the forearms down onto the ground. Options here. Bring your hands together, palms together, come into dolphin. Flatten your body, bring your chin over the fingertips. So flatten out into a plank. And then back into downward facing dog. Do this about 5 times. Go at a steady pace. If you want, you can do other hands. Stay flat. So your hands, your elbows are not more than shoulder width apart. And then bring your inner wrists together so your thumbs can cross a little bit. Your fingers are still a little bit out. So not too wide. Elbows just a little bit less than shoulder width or maximum shoulder width. Bring the feet forward towards the elbows and then lift the heels, lower them back down. And lift. Bring your head in front of the arms, your chest in front of the arms, and back down. And lift again. See if you can stay up this time. Stay right on your tippy toes. Bring your feet even closer so your seat is almost above your hips and your elbows. Your hips are above the shoulders and the elbows. And back down. Walk your feet back. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Feel again like a dog stretching its back. Exhale. Sigh out all fatigue, all struggles. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Jump forward or walk forward. Utkatasana. Bring the seat down, arms level with the body. And then bring the body up. Right. Chest is open. Gaze at the space between your hands. Fierce pose. Be fierce in a pose. Generate some heat in the core by sinking down a little bit lower. But the mind is unchanged. Interlace the fingers, press heels, palms up towards the sky. Bring the elbows back behind the head if you can, like a thunderbolt. Push the chest up, curl the tail under. Sink a little bit lower. Good. Press all the way up. And bring the hands back to the heart. From the heart center, inhale back up to the space between the eyebrows, Triputi. Leave the consciousness lingering there as you bring your breath back down to the heart. Exhale. Release the arms. Let's do a few standing postures now. Balancing postures. We're going to start off with hummingbird. Stand in the middle of the mat. Bend your knees. Bring your chest onto your thighs. Arms behind the back. And then from here, your index fingers and your thumb connect. Your other fingers extended. Bring all your weight onto your left foot, or most of your weight onto your left foot. Left foot, you can slide your right foot back. Keep your body on your thighs if you can. We raise the right knee up. And it's still close to the ground. If you want, you can go into Tok Ben Chi here. You interlace your fingers, press, open up the palms, and straighten out the right leg. And then you can start to push, engage the thigh and the shin muscles. Bring the body up a little bit away from the legs, the chest forward. So you can lengthen your curve a little bit, the line from the top of the head to the toes. You need to, you bring your fingertips down to the ground to steady yourself. And then you can take your hands up. Okay. And lower. Bring the fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, extend to the top head. Exhale, flop down. Bend the knees, soften like a rag doll. Then come onto the other foot. Start with your thighs and your chest together, arms up. And then bring more weight onto most of your weight on your right foot. You can slide your left foot back. Eventually bring the left knee up. Keep the toes pointed, the heel close to the seat. Head close to the ground. Concentrate on steadiness, gaze at a point in front. You can either stay here or extend the leg. Join the hands together. Don't rush. Take your time. And then start to bring the chest forward. Push the thigh and the shin bones back a little bit. Try not to wrinkle the back of the neck. And then fingertips down. Bring the left foot back down. Inhale. Extend a little bit. Exhale. Flop. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way up. Just separate your feet. So if you need to, if you're facing the short end of the mat, you can turn so that you're facing the long edge of the mat. Okay, so it makes it a little bit easier. Your feet are planted, both feet are planted on the mat, give you more steadiness. Hands and under the mudra from the heart. Inhale from the heart to the space between the eyebrows. Inhale, so. I am that. Exhale, hum back to the heart. That I am. Inhale, so. I am you. Exhale down to the heart. You are me. Move your feet a little bit closer together. This is the hero sequence. Toes are pointing out a little bit. Bend your knees so your knees come a little bit over the toes. Hands to the seat, and then pull on the seat. Press in at the same time. Pull down. Lift your chest. You can maybe, if you feel comfortable, move one hand at a time. Right hand to the right leg, left hand to left leg. Grip just below the knees, and use the hands to turn the thighs outwards, and the shins, however, are turning towards the other direction. If you're more flexible, you can keep walking your hands down the backs of the legs. Some of you might be able to get your hands right down to the heels. And from here, you want to straighten your legs a little bit more. Press into the feet, corners of the feet, the base of the toes, and the toe pads. And lift the hips out a little bit more. Come back, you walk your hands back up the legs, one at a time, pressing into your seats, and then come back up. So one at a time, just walk your hands higher one at a time. Open up your feet again, this time you're a little bit pigeon-toed. Arms out to the side, hinge forward, back flat, and then take your hands, either hold the outside edges of the shins, or you can step on your fingers with the edges of the feet. Inhale, extend to the top head. Exhale, fold in. The idea is to try to get your head right between your feet. Seat is high. Option here, if you want, bring your hands in front of your head for tripod position. Your arms are parallel, your forearms are perpendicular to the upper arms. And then you just kind of see if you can straddle up. So if you know this, you're very advanced in your practice, go ahead. I'll just show you what it looks like. But if you're not comfortable, you don't have a steady headstand, then you stay in the pose that you're in right now. Head on the ground and feet on the ground. Those in headstand can start to make your way down. Open up the legs again, keep your legs straight, keep your hips high, and then see if you can land your feet very quietly where they started. No big, hard, heavy landings. Come back up, arms up to the side, hands to the seat again, push down into seat again. Heel toe your feet in a little bit more in hip width, and go again back. Into your back bend. Push down into the seat, lift up the hips. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Displace the hands one at a time onto your legs if you like, just below the knees, or keep walking down. If you're a professional, want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, if you know that variation, go ahead. And coming back up, one hand at a time, with your hands on the legs. Walk them up towards the seats. Push into seat. Pull down at the same time and come back. And then bring your hands back in front of the chest. Anjali Mudra. Inhale, so from the heart space up to the third eye. Exhale, back down, hum, back down to the heart. Release the hands. So now we're going to walk the feet back together and then start to make your way down. So you're going to come down onto your knees. First, hare pose. Forehead down on the ground, close to the knees. You bring your hands beside your knees, heels, your fingers, tips are just behind the knees a little bit, and then lift up as much as you can until you feel you're rolling on the top of your back of your head. So first, if you can't go all the way in the back of the head, you just go as far as you can. You try to have your seat over the knees. Turn your hands, palms facing up. And then roll back.
Pressure in your hands and bring your seat back.
Come back up. So you stay with this pose if this is where your comfort level is. If you're not comfortable doing a headstand, if you know headstand, you can go ahead into it. I'll just show you quickly. Take hold if you can hold your opposite elbows easily. That's about the right distance. Interlace your fingers. Bring your forehead down in front of the hands, the head between your palms, and then lift the hips. Walk your feet towards your elbows. So if you're not comfortable with raising even one foot up off the ground, you lift up on your tippy toes, push weight into your forearms evenly, and just try to lift your heels up. If you feel comfortable, bring one leg back, right behind your body. Foot is flexed, heels close to the seat. And then again, you press up off your heel, right onto your toes, and then same time you push the knee into the body. And eventually you can keep that front leg attached to the chest. You might be able to bring the toes up. If you keep falling down, back down, you just push through the back foot a little bit more. You just try to remain steady there. Of course, if you feel comfortable, you can go all the way up into your headstands. So you bring your knees together, and then you extend your legs up. Do it slowly. Push through the base of the toes to keep all the muscles of the core engaged. Now, wherever you're at, still the gaze. If you can, close your eyes. Come back to the meditation of Soham. Every being has that running through the consciousness at all times. Moves with the breath. So inhale, hum, exhale. A few more breaths here. And get ready to come out. Split your legs first. One leg behind, one leg back. Push into the forearms. Come down gently, one toe at a time. So trying again not to come down with a hard landing. Come back into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. And then roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Okay, shoulder stand now. Mother of the poses, all poses, the queen of the poses. Now just lie on your back for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale. Feel all the tension and the effort drop out of the body. Remove all fatigue. Now to come into shoulder stand, find the way to get into a nice shape with your legs in line with your chin, your feet in line with your chin. Just come into plow pose first. Bring your arms down, press into the arms, raise the legs. Keep pushing into your arms and try to get your feet over your head. If you can touch down, great, even better. And then from here, move your hands together, interlace your fingers. Just go one shoulder at a time underneath so the forearms come closer, the wrists come together. And then from here, place your hands on the back. And then you can come up one leg or both legs at a time. Straight up, toes over the chin, a straight line. If you need to modify, if it's too much, you can bring your knees down and touch your knees to the forehead. Or if it's too much still, you just allow your legs to extend up with your, just sitting on your hands, feet straight up. You're still having inversion, still working the heart. If you have a lotus, go into your lotus. Use your hands to help if you need to. And use your hands if you like to push into your thighs. You can do this if your legs are straight as well. If you have a lotus, try to get your knees higher than the hips.
again. Slow hum. I am you, you are me. I am that I am. Next pose, you have the lotus embryo pose. Bring your legs against the body. You can wrap your arms around the lotus. Clasp your fingers together just underneath the seat. If your legs are straight, plow pose first. Come down one foot, one leg, or both legs at a time. Control it so again you don't land hard. Work your feet as far away as possible. If your feet find the ground, you can bring your hands onto the ground behind the back. You want to drop your thighs against the body and the knees on either side of the head. Withdraw from your senses. Then you allow yourself more an ability to still the mind if you're not distracted by your senses. Shut them out. Getting ready to come back. Hands on the floor behind the back. Start to come back down. Keep the legs close to the body. And then if your legs are straight, you land your seat right on top of your hands and bring your feet down to the ground. And when the feet touch, you lift your chest up, arch the back. Try to push your chest up as much as you can. Bring the top head back down, as close to seat as possible so you get your chest up. If you have a lotus, you probably know the version, Padma, the fish pose to the lotus. You bring your chest up, your head back, and then when your head's on the ground, you reach for the toes, pull on the toes, and try to get your knees and your elbows to come down. Keep pressing your heart up, push into the elbows, get the shoulders as far apart as you can. And then release, head back down, breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to, if you have lotus, and release the lotus. And then from here, extend your legs up, about 45 degrees, flying fish. Bring your elbows, you can bring your hands underneath the seat again, and then lift your chest, bring top head down. If you can bring your arms in front with your fingertips together, your hands together, arms in the same line as the legs, flying fish. Now breathe very fast, Bhastrika breath. Do it through the nose. Keep going. If you feel tired, you can drop your legs down to the ground. Lower the legs down and relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms extended over the head and come up to seated position. Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees to start if you like. Raise your arms up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drape your body over the legs. Bellies with your thighs. Take hold of the edges of the feet. Inhale. Your armpits are right close to the knees, right against the knees, more or less. Exhale, pour more weight into the legs. If you can, you push your heels forward. Flatten your legs on the ground. Keep your chest with your thighs. So keep your knees bent as much as you need to stay, to have your body with your legs.
Just as we did in the standing version, inhale. Imagine trying to get your chest beyond your knees. Exhale. Push the body into the legs. Bring all your attention to those areas where you want to find more release from the tightness, from the tension. That's where the prana will go.
Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, come back. Bring your feet towards you. Come into a squat. Press your elbows into the inside of the knees, batting you upright. Ardha Titibhasana. So we're going to lift the seat just a little bit. Slide your left shoulder in as close as possible to get your whole left arm underneath the leg. Keep your seat low to the ground. Forearm fist right hand. So you can catch the wrists with your left hand. And then see if you can raise your right hip up to straighten the right leg. Eventually, if you push, keep pushing the back of the shoulder, you can get your left leg straight as well. If you can, you walk your hand further up towards the elbow. Pull on the arms so the wrist, the hand, right hand comes to the sky. The head stays down. Have the option to come into bird of paradise if you like. Walk the right foot in a little bit to the left. Lift the left heel up. Take a half breath in. Push into the right foot. And come up to standing. Keep pushing into the right foot. Come up steadily. And then you can keep your knee bent or try to straighten the leg. Coming back down, bend the leg. Lower down. Come back to the squat. Do it this way, another angle. Try it again. Pull the body in, the shoulder comes close, the elbow comes right towards the root. Lift the seat just as much as you need to. You can get the whole arm underneath the leg. Left hand forms a fist. Catch it with the right hand. And then lift the seat. Left side of the seat. Push the right shoulder against the back of the right shoulder against the leg, right leg, head down, look over your shoulder, left shoulder. Pull on the left arm a little bit more with the right hand. You can stay here if you like, or look down, walk the right foot towards the left, lift the heel, and from here take a half breath in. Keep pushing the arm against the leg so you can come up. Whatever happens, remain unconcerned, just do your best. And then here you can maybe keep pushing to the back of the knee with the shoulder to get the legs straighter. You know, when the variations go ahead. Coming back down. Bend the leg, take the foot back down. Come back into a squat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so now I'm going to come onto the belly. Rest the forehead on the hands. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Make your way to cobra. Go slow the first time. If you have a lot of back tightness, lower back tightness, you can stay in Sphinx, elbows on the ground. And if you tug on, hold the edge of the mat and pull the mat forward, you'll get a little bit more extension. Anchor down through the tops of the feet, the hips. Bring the chest forward. Keep pulling the mat away from you. Then you can take your elbows up off the ground. Curve the spine a little bit more. Try not to jam up the neck. Keep the shoulders down. Eventually you can see if you can let go of the edges of the mat. Come up a little bit higher. Slide your hands one at a time towards the body. Try to bring your inner legs together like the tail of a snake. Progressively move a little bit deeper into the pose. Hips stay on the ground. Bring the head back. Start to make your way down as gracefully as you entered. Rest. Release the arms. Breathe in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Do it again. Come onto the fingertips. And then again lift up. Separate your feet this time. Come up. Again, modify as you need to, stay lower. So push the chest up. Try to get length in the lower back. Just try to imagine trying to get your head in the same line as the hips. Walk your hands even closer, right? Almost just right in front of the hips. Separate your legs a little bit more. Bring the feet up. Then point the toes. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. You keep bringing your head up and back. Eventually, maybe, depending on the proportions of your body, the feet might eventually find the head. Then you can lower the heels of your palms down if you can. Just try your best. Visualize yourself in a posture that you're trying to attain. Keep practicing with faith and strong determination. Make everything an offering. You go further. Now, start to break the pose. Bring the feet back down. Lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, flip onto your back. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Modification. We'll do this pose first. Bring your feet close to the heels close to the seat. Edge of the feet in line with the hips. Now from here, you can keep holding onto your heels if you like, your ankles I should say, and then see if you lift your hips, push your chest towards the chin, and then roll your shoulders in a little bit more so that your arms are underneath the body. Try to get your chest close to your chin. Your chest should look like a wall. Try to get a nice even curve from the top of the back all the way to the knees. Roll the thighs towards one another. You can stay here or interlace your fingers, press the edges of your feet into the floor. If this is where you want to stay, feel free to stay. Otherwise, on the Urdhva Dhanurasana, fingertips beside your head, fingers facing away, and then push into your fingertips. You can slide your head back, land on the top of the head, turn your hands around. Fingers facing slightly outwards and towards the toes. And then if you feel the strength, take a half breath in, lift the head up, lift the heels up, and then rock back and forth if you like, trying to get your chest in front of your arms. Creating as much space and openness as possible through the chest. Pretend you're Mussolini, big chested fella. And then lower the heels down. If you're more advanced or more flexy, you can walk your hands towards the feet. If you're very flexible, eventually at some point you can try to take the bind. You just try to bring your hands to the ankles, to the feet. Let's get the feet, you're in full wheel pose, like a circle. No breaks in the circle. Come down. Again, with mindfulness, don't drop down heavily. Top head comes down and then rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. From here, we're just going to keep your feet a little bit close to the seat, your knees bent up, feet flat on the ground. Raise your right leg up.
Take hold of the ankle and bring the right knee onto the body, right close to the shoulder. And then pull on the foot, trying to get the foot closer to the head. If you can extend your left leg straight out, try to get flat on the ground. Keep on trying to work the muscles, loosen the muscles in the back of the right leg. If you're very flexible, however, you can take your foot, and see if you can get your foot right down. So you slip your foot to the side, your leg to the side, and see if you can touch your foot to the ground, beside your head. Now slip into half happy baby pose. Allow the knee to slip just beside the body, so the knee comes into the armpit, the heel's over the knee, in the same line. If you can, you slip your right shoulder in front of the knee, and you anchor down the leg with the back of the shoulder. You can slip your hand underneath the seat and push, keep pushing your shoulder up so the knee comes higher than the shoulder. If you're able to do that, lift your head up, slide your left foot in if you need to, close to the seat, or even raise it right up the ground, off the ground. Bring your head up off the ground. Pull on the foot a little bit towards the left, the right foot. So you might be able to get the foot right behind the head. Okay, don't force it, of course. Move in a way that's mindful. Eventually your left leg can come down straight again. And you can just bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. These are for more advanced practitioners, so gauge your level of ability. Release. Bring the right leg down, breathe in, breathe out. Other leg. Slide the right foot in a little bit, closer to the seat. Bring the left knee up onto the shoulder. Take hold of the ankle, and again, start to pull the leg, the foot closer to the head. Working on getting the right leg straight, flat on the ground if you like. Trying to lengthen and extend the left leg. Take other variations if you're able to. If you already know how to get your leg behind your head, don't waste your time, go ahead. Otherwise, you can now come into half happy baby. Left knee comes to the outside of the body, just underneath the arm. Heel is over the knee, the back of the knee. And if you can, you slip your left shoulder in front of the leg. And then you can slide your hand underneath the left side of the seat. You push the shoulder up a little bit to try to get your knee higher. And you bring your left foot back. Eventually you slide your right foot in if you need to. Raise your head up off the ground. Keep pushing with the back of the shoulder. Hold the foot towards the right, and then you'll eventually maybe be able to get the foot behind the head. Then you can extend the right leg. Always moving in progressions, moving in a way that doesn't hurt the body. It's not what you want to offer up. Pain and anxiety. And suffering. And release. Bring the leg back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now come to seated position. Here. Bharadvajasana. Go to the right a little bit, fold the left leg back. And then the right knee comes up, close to the shoulder. If this is too much on the left knee, keep it in front. Keep the foot, the knee in front, and the left heel close, just underneath the right side of the seat. Okay, so then you just take the right foot in the right hand, and you wave it around, move back and forth, like you're swinging the door open.
And keep your knee close to the shoulder. If you can, lean back. You might be able to slip your heel right into the hip crease and bring your right knee down. Or if it doesn't go, don't force it. You can just place your toes in front of the knee. If you had your leg back, this is what it would look like. You have the lotus. Now, bring your body towards the right, your chest over the side, roll the right head and shoulder forward, swing your right arm around, and see if you can take hold of the foot. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, form the fist, push the fist in the back knee. Inhale, push the lower back in, exhale, turn to the right. If you can't take the bind, you just keep your hand behind your seat. Right down the center of the back. Or you hold on to your shirt. Or hand pressed into the thigh. Make sure the left side seat doesn't come up. Plant it down each time you exhale and turn. Slowly come back. Go to the other side. Release the lotus. Change sides. Remember your modifications. Left foot up and then just move the foot from side to side. And then move the knee in front of the shoulder. Lean back so when the heel comes down, it comes close to where it has to be. You just slip it in and bring the left knee down. Or you place it, the inseam of the thigh or the toes like this. So lots of different options. Go to the left. Come down low as you're trying to take your bind. You might find it a little bit easier to find your way into the bind. Left hand, taking the bind or behind the seat, down the center back, and the left hand in the fist. Push the back of the fist into the knee, left knee. The twist originates very in the hips, at the hips, and then just keep turning. Visualize this spine, the rotation going all the way up along the spine. And release. Come into Shavasana for just a little brief moment. Lie on the back. Breathe in through the skin. Bring in light, bring in energy. Bring in everything you want from the universe. Love and wellness. Exhale, let that just circulate everywhere throughout the body. Diffuse everywhere. Feel rejuvenate, recharge. One more inhale. The best from the universe. Exhale, just send it everywhere throughout the body. Come back up to seated position. Turn on your right side and come up, or just sit straight up. So we'll do some pranayama now. Sitting up tall in a comfortable seated position. Left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb tips together, other fingers extended. You bring it onto your left knee. The right hand, Vishnu Mudra, second and third fingers fold down. Okay, and then when you turn it towards your face, then you turn your hand around and it becomes a pranayama mudra. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing called Nadi Shodhana. So there's no breath retention. We're breathing in through the left, pausing in the middle by holding both sides of the nose closed. Exhale through the right, inhale back through the right. Close the nostrils, both sides, exhale to the left. So throughout this, You're using the right thumb to block off the right nostril, the right ring finger to block off the left nostril. Keep your fingers close to the nose. If it's too hard to keep your second, third fingers pulled down, you can bring them to the space between the eyebrows. That's easier, but just not on the nose. Throughout the inhale, so it's inhales. Imagine you're following the breath down into the lungs. Imagine the lungs sitting at the base of the spine. Exhale. Visualize the breath moving back up. Inhale down. Exhale, come back up. Okay, I'll cue you through this and then I'll let you go on your own. Sitting up tall, left hand again on the left knee. Breathe in completely through both sides. Exhale. Empty the lungs. Close off the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both nostrils. Exhale through the right. Follow the breath moving back up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry. Inhale down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the nostrils. Exhale up through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale down into lungs through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause, close both nostrils. Exhale through the right. 2, going up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale down through the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close both sides. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left down. Close both sides. Exhale right. Follow the breath back up. Inhale right, back down. Follow the breath. Visualize it. Close both sides. Exhale left. Moving back up. Continue on your own. Breathing in through the left to start, breathing out through the left to end. Each cycle. Keep the breathing steady. Remember to keep the back straight, shoulders back. Lose yourself in the breath. Keep visualizing the movement of the breath. Down on the inhale, up on the exhale. One more cycle after the current one. So to end the cycle, you would breathe out through the left side. And once you've completed, lie on your back for Shavasana. Ease your way down, move in a way that is mindful, that is reverent and gentle. Relax everything, the feet apart, falling away from one another. Your hands beyond the edges of the mat, the palms facing up, like you're making a gesture, receiving. And then just relax everything. Take deep breaths in. Exhale, just feel all the tension just drop away from the body. Just like you're throwing off a rope. Cast it all away. Cast away all restrictions as well, all tension, all resistance, mental and emotional resistance that prevents you from accepting all the benefits of the practice. All the experiences that bring about some knowledge through the practice and in our daily lives as well. With the accumulation of knowledge comes our ability to remove ourselves from those patterns that cause pain and suffering. So every experience is perfect, for it teaches us something. Just remember not to cling to the reactions from those experiences, or the sensations, the feelings. It will prevent you from taking in the knowledge, and they keep you always repeating the same experiences until you do have the ability to take a lesson from it. Just scan the body to make sure that there's no residual resistance or tightness. The body is so relaxed you can hardly even feel it anymore. Pretend you're still a witness. Look upon the body in its stillness like it's a corpse, completely lifeless. Eventually allow that image of the body just fade away from your sight, from your awareness, from your consciousness. Picture the sky at night. Picture yourself, imagine you're an astronaut in your spaceship, looking out into the darkness, looking at the planets in this vast, vast sky of stars, stretching out boundlessly, limitlessly. Watching in awe all the space that surrounds you. Completely open. And allow your mind begin to expand to that same extent, vast, limitless, infinite, and your imagination as well. The more imagination you have, the more you can realize. The more you have the capability to bring into fruition great things. You can only go as far as the imagination is. So just have no bounds on that imagination. Repeat the following sentence 3 times. Ingrain it in your mind and heart. I am becoming more and more receptive to everything and everyone. Keep that mantra firmly in your heart and mind, and work on cultivating that open mind, that openness to all ideas, to all beings, to all possibilities. Now start the process of returning the awareness back to the body. Start to become conscious again of the breath. Bit by bit, feel the body starting to awaken. The fingers, the toes, arms, the limbs, the face. The organs within, the systems that animate the body. And with the utmost gentleness and reverence and silence, prepare to come back to a seated position. Move in a way that doesn't disrupt any of the tranquility that we just created through the practice. Close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it out to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. This concludes our practice. Thank you so very much for coming. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everybody.